Mhm. Hello, chat. Can you open? Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it was really nice. We are
Yeah,
the
can you hear?
same. Yes, I can hear. You want to share?
Yeah, you're asking
Yeah.
for sharing.
We can have quick 30 seconds sharing. Yeah, you can go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. I thought you're asking for sharing.
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead, V.
Okay, so I talked with Arka, in Myanmar, and we shared, and we see we can learn from each other. For example, like for me, I can learn from Arka about like we should have the routine, because
Mhm.
like when I back I already set the routine with my commission, but the point we haven't had like a routine of reviewing it, like to see whether we have demonstrated it or not, or like even though we still mention it, but it's just like
Okay.
mention, hey, there's a culture like that, just mention. But yeah, I think reviewing is also really important to
Mhm.
for our my VP to reflect on their behavior. And I think that's what I learned from Arka, and Arka sharing that he can learn from me about communication, like because like for culture we should always like talk about it, communicate, mention about it, and
Mhm.
put stories, put like the reason why they should follow the culture.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what we learned. And after that we talk about operation, because he's my partner.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So you switched the objective. Okay, no problem. Okay, the conversation was nice. That's the important thing. Okay, thank you for your sharing. To quickly wrap up this part of the session, yeah, these are how can I say, basics for commission culture that I learned from my experience of MC. They might seem basic, very basic, but trust me, a lot of the times we miss on one of them, and then it affects our relation with our commission. So first is commission identity. Okay, can you use the reactions? If it's yes, do thumbs up. If it's no, do the laughing emoji. Okay. How many of you have commission identity, like name or shout? Not all of them necessarily, like the identity of the commission, the name, the behaviors, the shout, maybe roll call if you have commission roll call. My IGV in Morocco had commission roll call. It was so funny. Okay, very nice. Most of you have commission routine, setting calendar. Is it setting calendar? You can keep reacting. I'm looking at your cameras. R&R, like what are you celebrating? Do you have clear are you clear on what you are celebrating? And these things that you are celebrating are the things that you'd like to see again. I see no from Ilyasar, no from Angad. Okay, now you know what to improve, no from Winnie. Okay, very nice. I'm loving this. So the things you are celebrating are the things that you'd like to see more happening very often in the commission. So make sure you celebrate the right things. And finally, do you understand the preferred communication style of your LCVPs? I see reaction. Yes, 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 heart. Yes, no. Okay, no. Okay, amazing. I hope this was very quick and insightful for you, because we have only 4 minutes left in the session. So I will try to cover as much points as possible, but then you can always come back to the slide and go through details. So yeah, the first part that I want to talk about in culture and performance management, especially given the current context that you're going through, which is like very what is it called, near you're gonna have your LCVP elect. The thing I want to talk about is double board. So have you heard of double board before? If you heard, you can thumbs up in your video. I can look at you. So what is double board? Double board is basically when timeline is lapping. The term 2020 have their last 3 months, and the term 2021 have their first 3 months as well. So a lot of you shared about this, I guess, in commission call when you were struggling with when we had the session about motivating your commission, right? So yeah, this is what we're gonna talk about. So the things that are gonna happen in November, in the end of November, we are in the end, December and January are these: fish peak realizations if you have, fruit peak attraction, final exam for your commission, or maybe for you if you're still a student, semester break or holiday based on your country, territory, and culture and all, election and selection of the new LCVPs, LT transition, and fruit peak planning. So symptoms that you might see is winter operations slow down, members have nothing to do and they become disengaged, new term kickstarts with no capacity maybe, and summer attraction is late. And maybe when you were LCVP, you faced most of this, right? You can always react, okay? Whenever I ask a question, you can react. So current and elect have different focus. That's why you need to do double commission routine. You shouldn't wait until the old commission go, then you start managing the new commission. Double commission routine is for you to make sure you avoid all these symptoms, okay? So what is double board? Double board tips that I have for you is have clear PIC for each focus. Maybe LCVP elect for fruit peak attraction and LCVP current for fish peak realization. And then double commission meeting to make sure that alignment is happening, accountability system for both elects and currents, a clear communication flow. What do you communicate on what with who? With elects or with currents? Clear? And then align your onboarding, your commission elect onboarding with the LT transition. And then this is the package of onboarding, the couple tips that I have for you. Remember, what is this 70, 20, 10? Like the model of learning, focus on the 70 and 20. Focus on letting them experiment, fail early so they can learn early to not make those mistakes in the beginning of their turns. And then 20, enable more peer-to-peer learning. Oh, amazing. Thank you, Shomei. Then the best onboarding is actually shadowing. Like, how can you do shadowing? It's not you're going to do for them. It's just you're going to make sure that your LCVP current is ensuring their LCVP elects are doing shadowing in these elements. IR meeting, department meeting, EB meeting, partner meeting, commission meeting, and monthly review. Why? Because these are touch points that you need your LCVP elect to get on board with. Why IR meeting? Aren't we facing a situation with S&D misalignment? We talked about it a lot in GT state and OGX and ICX performance review, right? So all these things are very important for LCVP elect to get on board with before they start their term, so they know at least the basics of their routine and what kind of conversations to have in which routine to be able to do it themselves when they start the term. Then these are a couple tips of onboarding. Yeah, I collected them in this list. So first, have an onboarding timeline. Don't go with the flow. Don't wait for the first LCVP to get elected, the second one to get elected, and then you talk to them very slow. No, prepare your timeline and then keep adjusting based on the reality of when your LCVPs are going to get elected. Okay? Second thing is understand the learning style of your LCVPs. Not everyone learns in the same way. For me, for example, I learn with visuals. If you give me too much text, or if you keep talking for an hour without visuals and without colors and all of that, I will get lost. So try to understand, like I put there at the right, that model of like 4 types of learning styles: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and then read or write. So you can actually combine 2, 3, 4 of them to make sure that everyone is getting the learning that they get. Thank you, Arfan, for taking the picture. You will have the session output as well. Practical learning. Prioritize practical learning above theory. You can give them some theory. Trust me, they're not going to digest everything. They're not going to remember everything. I don't remember everything from the sessions that I even delivered, not even the sessions that I received, okay? So prioritize practical learning because that's what we do in ISEC. We learn by doing. Then be output driven. This is actually a GCP that I learned from RO. That's why I put it there. If you see, RO have output and links for everything. So make sure your people can, you want them to be resourceful, right? So allow them to be resourceful by providing the resources. Make sense? Then small bites. Actually, this is something that I used to do with my commission in Morocco. Small bites help me a lot. First, it saves my capacity. I don't spend time like hours or days doing a session or like, let's say, what is that? A PPT. I do small bites like icon reminders, newsletter. I share with them videos, interesting articles, updates like the regional updates that we have in Medium. Chatting with them like every week. I chat with the LCVPs and even the team leaders to make sure like they are hyped, they are still vibing with the commission. And finally, feedback is a very important form of small bites during onboarding process. Be honest with the feedback and make sure they understand your feedback and they implement it. And finally, my favorite is connect with your LCVP elect. Make sure you know them as people, okay? Because to work with them, you need to know them as people. That's what we do in ISEC, and that's the best gift that ISEC can give me. It's connection with the people that I met. So make sure you take care of that. And finally, onboarding is all about the mindset. Like what kind of mindset you're going in this 3 months. Are you going with the mindset of, yeah, I'm just waiting for the currents to leave. I'm really sick of them, and I'm waiting for the Alex to come so we can start a new era and stuff like that. How many of you said this? Don't react if you don't want to tell me, but just reflect with yourself. Yeah. So if you care about your people, which is basically your entity and the legacy you want to continue, because don't forget that I don't know how good or bad you're like based on your definition, okay? Your current LCVPs are, but still there are people that work with you and they're gonna allow legacy to continue in their LCs. And finally, like how much you care about your LCs. If you care about these three things, please make sure you monitor the double board and the onboarding process of the LCVP elects happening in the next 3 months properly. And something that is important, set clear expectations with them because these LCVP elects, they are already in the commission somehow, if they're not coming from other departments, but they are in the entity. So they are observing your LCVP current. They are observing you and they are observing what's happening with the commission. They might have wrong expectations towards you or towards the commission. So make sure you set clear expectations and you over communicate them. Like how do you expect commission to be, like touch points, I don't know, everything. Just set clear expectations and don't assume that they know just because they were in the commission as team leader or because they are in the entity. Never make assumption. Always pretend that they are, empty. They are new. It's like your new recruits. It's just you recruited new members. Act like that. Nurture them from zero. And then moving on to the second part of commission performance management, I won't cover on that much because we did that in OGX and ICX performance management. But then just very clear ground points that I want to set with you. I want to emphasize on a point that I said earlier, define what is the focus of each person. Like example, for LCVP current, I would like him to focus on closing of his experience, like his PDP, fish peak delivery, first peak pre-attraction. And for example, with the LCVP elect, I want to focus on him connecting with me and with the commission. I want to focus on observing him and building him, and I want to focus with him on first peak attraction. Then assist LCVP elect and LCVP current to differentiate their JD and responsibilities for this period of double board. Don't do it for them, okay? Don't give them the answer. Just make sure you are monitoring, you are observing, and you are feedbacking, okay? Then we saw this in OGX and ICX performance review, right? I know you remember this time because it's beautiful. Serafina made it. So yeah, this is the cycle for performance basically management. So you plan, you act, you track, and you review. So make sure you are reviewing or revisiting this cycle when you have two commissions at the same time. And the second thing is like these like let's say steps of performance review or elements. Make sure you are also revisiting them. If you are doing them already, revisit them, how you can adapt them to having two commissions. If you're not having them, you can think about it and start implementing it in your commission. And finally, I would like to say it's all about leadership, right? It's ISEC. ISEC is leadership. This is what we do. So I would come back to Shomei's quote from the keynote that she had. Wait, I noted it down. I don't want to miss up the word. Wait, I remember. Be the leader you wish you had or the leader you had. Right, Shomei? I didn't mess it up. Okay, so be the leader you wish you had or the leader you had, or I'm going to switch it a bit here. Be the MCVP you wish you had or the MCVP you had. Okay, and beside leadership, the second important thing is timing. If you mess up on these three first months, trust me, I'm talking from experience. I'm not pessimistic. You're going to struggle a lot in the beginning of your LCVP elect term. So utilize the capacity of your LCVP currents and utilize these 3 months to plan ahead their onboarding and make sure you kind of predict the behavior or the challenges that they might face based on your experience with the previous commission and act based on that. Don't be reactive. Plan and act, okay? Then lastly, I like stories and sharings a lot if you've been to commission call or social agenda with me. I would like to share this time from not about motivation like last time, but I would like to share how I was a people-oriented MCVP and how actually I'm proud of the results. So I'm gonna let you watch a video, then I'm gonna brief you after that. Wait, I forgot to share sound, so I'm gonna share screen again. Cool thing, I remembered. Okay, let me know. V, I can see your video. Thumbs up if you can hear the voice. Okay, can you help me with that?
Hello, ISEC Network. I hope that you're doing good. I hope that you're doing amazing, enjoying the conference. This is Ashraf, MCVP, OGTA, and OGTE in ISEC in Morocco. So, I was approached by Fatu regarding the topic that you are currently talking about double board, talking about what's happening in the next months, transition, what are the main things that you are gonna actually or we are gonna actually face in the next upcoming months. And on a personal level, since I worked with Fachi for like 2 years, she was my MCVP, and I was back then in the first semester of her term, I was team leader, and then I was elected as vice president, EB. And to be honest, as I was part of her commission, I noticed that transition, moving from a team leader to an LCVP. So there was all about the culture happening inside the commission, the vibes that they're actually creating within the commission itself, and also those routines that Fati used to take. And I actually took this point myself. Like, I'm doing the same things because I believe that those routines are the ones that will keep a good culture inside the commission. And also it makes the transition very very smooth from a generation to a generation, from a VP's elect to a new VP's elect. Especially that this is something that will build up the kind of connection that we can actually have with our commissions. So yeah, Vachi actually was mastering this point, like the way she's actually caring about the team leaders, about the VP's election, at the same time giving a good experience for the VPs who are about to end their experiences. I witnessed that period, and to be honest, it was very very smooth. It was something that simplified the experience before even starting the experience. So that's mainly the things that I wanted to share about, and thank you so much for having me.
Yay! Okay, I will tell
And
you
our signature.
why I'm proud about this sharing. Actually, Ashraf was when I was LCVP. Ashraf joined in summer 2017 as associate member. It's like a local volunteer, and he was more performing than the members that I had in my unit, like in my, let's say, startup inside of the LC. And then because he loved OGT, he actually suggested that he wants to join before the other associate members. And then he applied to be team leader OGT. And it was the first time I have department OGT in the south of ISEC Casablanca. After that, he continued being team leader when I was elected MCVP OGT. So we worked together. When I came to Malaysia, he became LCVP OGT. So we still work together because he has many IR partners in Malaysia. And now he is my successor's successor. So I'm really, really proud of this pipeline and to see how the fruit of commission culture, commission nurturing, and really knowing the people you work with from LC level to MC level bring its fruits after all. So yes, it's all about leadership. And the thing I want to say here, like this is my story with my people, and this is my sharing. Like I prefer to for you to hear it from someone that I led, not from me, because yeah, I'm very proud about the commission that I had, and I tend to be, very rainbows and butterflies about it. But it's very nice to hear from someone who actually benefited from this. So it's all about leadership, but it's all about your leadership. Try to understand your style. I understood that I'm very extrovert. I need to know the people I work with in order to be able to work with them effectively. Try to understand yourself and understand the kind of leadership that will work for you and for your people. And yeah, that was it for this session. Thank you so much. I hope you find it insightful and it helped you. Yes, and it helped